Is Yerushalmi Berachos stopping the test going to the article Oz V'Hadar pagination, which corresponds in the Vilna pagination to the last two words, beginning of the last two words on Mem on the base. Right at the top of the Testament. You have two Yisraelim and one Kohen. The Kohen is to be more choshev than the Yisraelim, and Matzinas a Kohen. The Kohen goes between the two of them. The middle slot when they're walking is considered to be the most choshev place. Amosai, whereas the Chuvas Nashkum shopping when they're all equal in other respects. One of the Matzinas a Chaver. And the person who's a chaver, the Talmid Chacham goes in the middle. Amar Shubin Levi said, even though Rav Shimon Levi was a great Talmid Chacham, he never made a bracha in front of the Kohen, meaning he never took an aliyah before the Kohanim. It should be the fun of. I didn't let any other Yisrael make a bracha before the Kohen's bracha. Any Kohen who's standing in shul, pain knows his kappa and does not duchen at the time duchening, over by say he violates a mitzvah say to bless the Jewish people. Rabbi Yehuda ben Pazi could have a tushish even when he was old, and the Moshe says he saw his kappav. He wouldn't be able to duchen. So have a chazik reshe. He would tie up his head or grab his head to show that the Moshe says to show that he was he was weak or in pain, and he would stand behind stand behind a pillar, so people would not call him to duchen, because Torah and Shor Rishonim brings down the name of the smag that you only over on Naseh if they call you to duchen and you don't go up to duchen. Eliezer nothing the brother. Eliezer didn't stand behind the pillar; he went out altogether from the shul. Rabbi Achar, which I believe is custom nowadays. Rabbi Achar, Rabbi Tanchuma, Barachia, B'Shem Simoi, Irshikul Kohanim, B'Yasi, which is comprised entirely of Kohanim. Nosim Eskapim, they still duchen. The Miyam Bavark more they bring issuing a bracha to. There's nobody in shul listening to them. Lachem to the brethren, Shabbat Tzafon, those in the north. Lachem Shabbat the brethren in the south. Lachem Shabbat Mizrah, brethren in the east. Lachem Shemar, brethren in the west. Which seems to indicate that when they're only bracha, we know in shul is only for the people standing in front of the kohanim, but evidently for the people outside shul, the directions don't matter. The bracha expands in all directions. Mi on amen. Who answers amen? It seems that it's fascinating that we're disturbed by who's going to say amen. So hanashim ataf, the women and the children. I don't know if the amen is likuva, if it's impediment, but oh well. Just want to go back here to the beginning of the amen a minute about the Shleim Yisrael V'Achakoyim Matzim Chakoyim. The Tuvi Yerushalmi says Mashmi Khan, since here the Hadvi Kidashto says the Kohen should consecrate him. Tzorach Lagdim Kohen. That means Kohen goes first. Ain't kedusha l'chud. It's not just in terms of kedusha, a davar sheba kedusha like an aliyah. El chol davar kavod shetzarich l'kavdom mikodim. Rather goes for every matter of kavod, and then he goes into a discussion of that. It says Marshah says that he should take the first portion, and several other ramifications. Okay, getting back to the Gemara over here. Tanya Abai Rabbi Binyamin. Abai taught in the. Oh, 1 second. It's interesting that Mashbiach disagrees with what I said before. Shmuel says that while they were doing it, they would turn around and around. If there's nobody in shul, then they have to face it, they would turn around and around. That way the bracha is chal on every in every direction. So I said when it's outside the shul, they don't have it goes every direction regardless. He's saying no, they actually turn around and around, so there's nowhere in front of them in order that the bracha should go in all directions. Okay, very interesting. And this immediately comes up. Obviously, this links to the next part of the Gemara. Taya by Berabi. Yomin Omni Lachore. Kohanim, people stand behind the Kohanim and B'chal Bracha. They're not including the Bracha. If they are Kohanim, the people stand in front of the Kohanim, they are Amar B'chir Barva and Afilu Chomash Barzel. Even a wall of metal. Ein Abagam B'fas Akton. The Bracha does not is not impeded. Does not impede them. So in other words, obviously they're in shul, they're in front of them in shul, right? So therefore, even there's a mechitza in shul, and they're behind the mechitza, there's still the bracha takes effect upon them. Even if there's a wall in shul, sounds like they're in another room, but since they're in front of the kohanim, that is sufficient. What about people side to the sides of the kohanim? It's derived from here. If the kohen who's spraying paraduma water has in mind to for sprinkling in front of him, anatome, Visa Akram, and he sprinkled him back by mistake, or Lachra is had in mind to sprinkle him back of him, Visa in front of him, he sprinkled in front of him, has the also psula. His Hazoya is puzzle because it's in the wrong direction. He's a studim, if he's sprinkled on the sides in front of him, has a kshera, his sprinkling is kosher. Hadamra teaches us, I've only met some people are on the sides of the Kohanim, not necessarily in front of them, B'cha bracha, and they're included in the bracha. Amar Rav Chizkiah said, "B'tzor she'ah chazon." We mentioned this way before this issue. The Gilead Shas has a discussion here. Who is this chazon? It's the Shamish or Shliach Tzibur, and the Gilead Shas comes to the conclusion that even though normally the chazon, when the use of chazal means the Shamish, here and in other places also, it can mean the Shliach Tzibur, which is today's usage for it. But Tzar She'ach Chazan Yisrael, and the Chazan has to be a Yisrael, not a Kohen. If there's one Kohen in the Duchening, then you say Echad Omer Kohen. If there are two, Omer Kohanim, you say Kohanim. Amar Chisda, Kohen Echad, Omer Kohanim, Shein Korei El Shevet. Even if there's only one Kohen present, you still say Kohanim because you are referencing the Shevet, not referencing the specific number of people in front of you. Let's see if the Mashbiach said in this. For this, we can understand why people say after the Chazan Am Kadoshecha, to tell us that he's describing the whole Shevet. I could have said Kohanim Am. Okay, and it's that's the whole Shevet. Why add Kadoshecha? But they're called Kodesh. So he says no. Still. Why do you have to add the word Kadosh? Okay, they're called Kodesh, but why is it relevant? So he says, interesting. He says that to say Am Kadoshecha is to be Mekai in the midst of Kidashto for the bracha. Interesting. Okay, halacha. Hamispal b'Torah, somebody who's diving and makes a mistake. Siman Ralo, which is bad sign for him. If he's serving as the Shliach Tzibur, Simra Shalab is a bad sign for those who sent him. Because a person who's a Shliach is like the person who sent him. Amar Leva Rabbi Chaim said by Rabbi Chaim, he would dive for sick people. Because he would say, this one will survive, and this one will die. Amar Leva, they said, I'll tell you that. How do you know? If my tefillah flows smoothly in my mouth, I know that I'm accepted and the tefillah works. I know that it is not accepted, it is ripped up in my face, so to speak. It says more, Rabbi Yaakov Bar Yaakov, a mistake is only a problem if you made a mistake in avos. The Moshe says because you need kavana in avos, and if you made a mistake, it seems that you're not having proper kavana. The Charedim says just generically, It's the Pishu Tchilas Hatfila Ramazu Shein Chofetz Bar. It's the beginning of the tefillah. Already, you make a mistake. It's a hint that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not interested in your tefillah at this point, or the tefillah, depending on the Yachid or the Rabbi, depending on what we're talking about. Ma'aser Gamliel Shechol B'no. The story happened with Gamliel, his son got sick. He sent two Talmid Chachamim to Rechinim B'Daisa Be'iro in his city. Amar Lon and Rechinim said to them, Hamtinu li, wait for me, Ad she'ela lali, until I go up to the second floor. Valiyah ran up the second floor of the yard, and he came down. Amar Lan, he said to them, Batuach and Ishi Noach, B'noshav Gamliel Michol Yo. I'm sure that Gamliel's son has respite from his illness. The Simu also goes to Shah, and they mark that moment, and the Simu goes to Shah, they mark that at that moment, Rabbi Gamliel's son, Klamei Mazon, I guess his fever broke, and he asked for food. If you were able to be mechaber during davening, you should be apprised that your tefillah has been accepted. Matam, what pasuk teaches us is this tachin libam takshivas nechon. We're kind of like we're learning that backwards. If your ears have heard HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that means that it must have given their heart's kavanah. Yeah. So Amar Shem Levi Asusi V'Sov Adam T'Nuva. If the lips of a person have made a produce, in other words, it says Shemargish Batzmo Shomras Sedura V'Teva Chateva Kehogan Kavana. The tefillah is flowing. So then, then it's you should be aware that your tefillah has been heard. Matam, or Pasuk teaches this, but rain if HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates the expression of the lips, meaning that it goes smoothly. Shalom Shalom Marachok L'Karov Ma'Hashem V'Vazim. It is peace, peace to those who are far and those who are near. So Hashem and I will heal. The Chareim says, Perish Rashi, Tanuv. Kshaniv bari, when the expression is healthy, Badam, a person is muftach ala shalom, then he should be secure that he has peace. Akabavli lo is kitnuva. The Bavli does not mention tenuva. Yerushalmi Berachos Adam borei to tenuva. When a person creates tenuva, he creates produce. Svasav no piece that is piece svasav, the produce of the lips. Shavas me'eleh, which comes on its own. Kibir Rashi Mas Nisan. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what's bothering him, but the word tenuva appeared previously, not in this. No, it does say I'm also Adam Subzotzav Shalom tenuva. Okay, so probably that word tenuva is missing, but I don't think that there's any appreciable difference for the between the Bavli and the Yerushalmi. It's interesting. The Rashi really adds here. He also says Bori is a lashon brius, and he says l'rachok elu bali tshuva. Now he had that gears in the Gemara. Shechatu Yisrael because they sinned, and they were this and they come back. L'korv elu chasidim shemei olam lo nisrachu, and that's they were never distant. And he says this is the Drush Rabbi Avo in the Bavli, and the Bali tshuva answered first. Because which is again also the Babli. Hajlach enomdim. Case of peros. How to make brachas on fruit? Peros ilan, on the fruit of the tree. Omar bari priya eitz. Chutz meyayin, except for on wine. Shal yayin omer bari priya gafen. Peros oretz, on fruit of the earth. Omar bari priya dama. Chutz min apas, except on bread. Shal bas omer motzi lechem min oretz. Vayirokos omer vegetables, you say. Bari priyadama, Rabbi Omer, borei minei deshoyim. It creates all manner of grasses, stuff which goes in the ground, presumably a form of grass. Says Mark, to Hashem belongs the earth, and all fills it, the creation, all that dwell within it. Hanene klumin olam mina olam mal. A person who has benefit from this world is committing the act of imila, like having illicit benefit from hekdesh. Ad shiatiru lo hamitzvos, and the mitzvahs permit this for him. The Mashbiach explains, in other words, until the mitzvah bracha allows him to be able to have that hana. Until that's Hashem Atzvah, until you make the bracha. That's one possibility. But it's possible also that going on the Gemara, Amei Avoksi Pentikdash Lamleh Hazera Asher Tizra Utvas HaKerem. This is that the explanation is based on this. The Ha'olam Kulo Umloo Asui Kekeren. The actually, one second. We are make a Gzeir Shava Malaya, says Makar Baruch, right? It says Hashem Artu Maloa, and here it says and Pekdash Hamalaya. As Ereshet Yizrat was again, Olam Kula Mloa, the world and all of its all that fills it, Asik Karen, is like a vineyard. Umau Pidyona, what is the Pidyon? What's the redemption of the vineyard? The Karen Mavai Bracha. The bracha is what allows you to continue to having Hanoah from this world. Okay, and we're now on the top of Samach Amid Aleph, so we will stop here for today.